All right, let's dive into a modern mystery that, let's face it, we've all experienced. How on earth do companies seem to know exactly what we want, sometimes even before we know it ourselves?
You know that feeling, right? You're scrolling on your phone, and suddenly an ad pops up for something you were just thinking about. Or Netflix serves up a movie that is just weirdly perfect for your mood. It's a little uncanny, and it kind of makes you wonder if they're listening in.
But here's the thing. It's not magic, and it's definitely not mind reading. What it is a system. A really powerful, incredibly deliberate system designed to understand you. And today, we're going to pull that curtain all the way back and see how it really works.
At the very heart of this whole thing is what you could call the customer insight engine. Think of it as a massive, sophisticated machine that's constantly taking in all these tiny, scattered bits of information and turning them into a deep understanding of who we are and what we do.
Now, the official, kind of boring term for this is a marketing information system, or MIS. But don't let the jargon throw you off. This isn't just about computers and algorithms. It's a whole setup of real people, specific procedures, and yes, very advanced technology, all working together to build a complete picture of you.
So how does this system get all its information? Well, it basically comes down to three main channels. You can think of it like a detective gathering clues. First, they check their own records, then they listen to chatter out on the street, and finally, they go out and conduct their own investigations.
Okay, so let's put on our detective hats for a second and look at how these clues get collected, starting with the information that's closest to home for any company.
The first pile of clues comes from what are called internal databases. This is literally all the info a company gets just from you being the customer. Your purchase history, your support calls, the pages you visit on their website. It's their own private collection of data about you.
The perfect example of this is your supermarket loyalty card. Every single time you scan it, you're not just getting a discount on cereal, you're feeding their database. You're telling them exactly what you buy, when you buy it, and which coupons make you tick. Every swipe is another clue about who you are.
Okay, next up, the system looks outward. This is called marketing intelligence, and it's all about listening to what's going on in the wider world. It's about systematically scooping up publicly available info to get the lay of the land.
This is where companies kind of become digital spies. They have programs that scan their competitors' websites constantly to monitor prices. They're tracking every single mention of their brand on social media to see if people are happy or angry. They are always listening to what's being said out in the open.
And finally, we get to the most hands-on method, marketing research. This is what happens when a company has a very specific question it needs answered. Something like, will people actually buy our new spicy soda? Or is our monthly fee too high?
And this isn't just sending out a random survey and hoping for the best. It's a super methodical 5-step process. You define the problem, you make a plan, you collect the evidence, you analyze it, and then you report back with what you found. It's a lot like a scientific experiment. The evidence they gather in these investigations comes in two main types. Primary data is brand new information they collect themselves. Think surveys or focus groups. Secondary data is using information that's already out there, like government stats or news articles. You really need both to build a strong case.
So, now the company has all these clues, right? Piles of them, from inside the company, from the public, and from their own research. But a pile of clues doesn't solve the case. So how do they turn all that raw data into a smart business decision?
This is where marketing analytics comes into play. We're talking powerful software, a lot of it driven by AI that can sift through these absolute mountains of data to find hidden patterns and connections that a human brain just could never spot on its own.
This right here is the magic behind the curtain. When Netflix suggests your next favorite show, it's because its analytics engine has chewed on your viewing history, what shows you abandoned, what people with similar tastes watch, the time of day, dozens of factors, all to make that one eerily good prediction.
In all of this work, every bit of data collected and analyzed is driving towards one single, incredibly ambitious goal: to create a complete 360-degree view of you, the customer. Basically, to know you inside and out. The main tool for this is called a CRM system. That's for Customer Relationship Management. The easiest way to think of a CRM is as the ultimate digital file on you. It sucks in data from every single place you interact with the company, every purchase, every call, every click, every survey, and puts it all together to build that panoramic view. The fuel for this entire engine? It's what everybody calls big data. And we are so far beyond simple spreadsheets here. We're talking about huge, messy, non-stop streams of information from, well, everywhere, all being generated and analyzed in the blink of an eye. Okay, so now that we've seen how this incredibly powerful engine is built, we have to talk about the other side of the coin. Because when you have this kind of power to understand people, it comes with an equally incredible amount of responsibility. The grand prize of this whole operation is something called customer insights. This isn't just raw data. It's a deep, profound understanding that lets companies build better products, create ads that actually feel relevant, and build real loyalty. It's the aha moment that can be worth billions.
But this is where we run into some really big ethical questions. How is all of our private data being protected? Are companies using these insights responsibly? And let's be real, when we click that accept button, do any of us truly know what we're consenting to?
And that is the final, crucial thought I want to leave you with. This whole system, it's designed to give us a world that's more personal, more convenient, more efficient. But it requires us to hand over huge amounts of our information to make it work. So as we go forward, the question we all have to ask ourselves is, where's the right balance? And what's the real price of all that convenience?